I'd like to share the words of Master Shantao, one of the 7 Pyalam masters. So please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Contemplating the realm of Amida, let us take refuge, place our hands together, and worship. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Good morning, everyone. And welcome to today's Shotsuki monthly memorial service for the month of July. July is the month I started serving as a minister of Buddhist Churches of America. It was 2011, so 14 years ago. Same year of the same month, we had Reverend Motoyoshi. She was serving from she was serving Hawaii for a long time, but she was transferred to BCA. She was the minister of Stockton, and I was minister of Florence at that time. Then I was invited to one of the Obon services at, where was it? Probably Stockton. And then she was saying, "Oh, you are lucky, you are still young, so your voice comes out naturally in the morning." Then she was saying, like, it takes time for me to get ready for my voice to come out, right? Then I'm starting to feel that way. That was 14 years ago, so yeah, I'm getting a little bit older than 14 years ago. And then we are now in Obon season, and Northern California District of Buddhist Churches of America, which is the district we belong to. We have 7 temples, 7. From north, Marysville, Penryn Plaza, and then Sacramento, Walnut Grove, Lodi, Stockton, Florence. I skipped Florence, but 7 temples. Then first Obon this year was Marysville Buddhist Church. They had their Obon on June 28th. Then next Obon is Sacramento. Next Saturday, we have Obon Odori. And then July 13th, next Sunday, we will have Obon and Hatsubon service. And Hatsubon is the first Obon since the passing of the loved ones. And I am sure we have a lot of families who have lost their loved ones since the last Obon. In Buddhism, we discuss the 8 types of suffering, or 8 things we feel dissatisfaction by not being able to control it. These are birth, aging, illness, death, separation, not getting what we want, associated with those we dislike, and attachment to body and mind. These are the 8 types of suffering, or 8 types of things we cannot control. And first 4 is in relation to the self. And later 4 is the suffering occurs by having objects. But sometimes only 5 of birth, aging, illness, death, and separation are listed as the suffering. So considering this, I feel that separation from our loved one is one of the most difficult things we must go through in our lives. And regarding the story of separation, I am not sure, can I have my slide up again? If you have heard of the Rinzai monk named Ikkyu Sojun from 15th century, he was really an interesting monk. And looking at his picture, I started to feel like, oh, he looked like me. if he wears glasses, maybe he looks like me. Or maybe I look like him, right? But in Rinzai Zen tradition, there is a master and student relationship. And then the master presents the certification of the Dharma transmission when the student reaches the fulfillment of practice or initial enlightenment. And then one day, one of his brother disciples who did not get along with Ikkyu, received the certification from his teacher. So he wanted to show off the certification to Ikkyu. Then Ikkyu said, the certification, I received it long time ago. Then brother disciple doubted Ikkyu and asked him to, then show me the certification. Then Ikkyu said, I burnt it when I received it from my teacher. So brother disciple went to the teacher and asked him about it. And it was true. Ikkyu received a certification. Right away, he burnt it in front of his teacher. So this episode shows us the boldness of Ikkyu, but he strongly believed the achievement or attainment of initial enlightenment is not on the paper. And the certification is just a paper and nothing to do with him. So his boldness attracted many people. And interestingly, Ikkyu was a good friend of our Rengyo Shonin. Then I'm asking you same question over and over again. Which one's Rengyo Shonin, right? Now everybody is pointing that way, so that's good. You are remembering. So Rengyo Shonin, and this is Shinran Shonin, right? So Rengyo Shonin is our 8th head priest, and he's from 15th century, around the same time as Ikkyu Sojun. And they share some funny stories, but one of the episodes of the Ikkyu made me think about our tradition of the pillow services. And I'm not sure if I have shared this story with you before or not, but Ikkyu was asked to visit one of the houses to perform a pillow service. And the lady who lost her husband wanted Ikkyu to perform the pillow service. So Ikkyu headed to the lady's house. Then the lady thanked him for, thank you for coming, thank you for coming. And then she asked Ikkyu to chant sutra for him. And then Ikkyu said, chant sutra for him. Excuse me, miss, but may I borrow a mallet? Mallet. You know mallet, right? And then she was wondering why Ikkyu needed the mallet for, but since the husband was a carpenter, it was easy to find a mallet. And then she handed the mallet to Ikkyu. Then Ikkyu snapped his wrist and he hit her husband's head with mallet. Pong! Then Ikkyu said, he's certainly dead. Lady was surprised, so she said, Ikkyu, what are you doing? Ikkyu replied, you asked me if I can chant sutra for him, but he's already dead. He cannot hear. But I can preach you the Dharma. I can teach you the Dharma, which relieves your pain of the loss. So I thought this story is true. Don't worry, I don't carry around the mallet and, hit everybody's head. But the pillow service is a Buddhist tradition performed either when the one is still alive or one is passed. When the person is alive, I focus on talking about how the person do not need to worry about anything, through the working of Namo Amida Butsu. The one will be carried to the attainment of enlightenment, carried to the attainment of birth into the realm of Amida Buddha. And then after the attainment of Buddhahood, the one return to this world to guide others, especially who has strong karmic connections. But when the one is passed already, even though I understand the feeling or the wish of the family to chant sutra for the person who just passed away. My focus is for the family who is left behind. And at that time, I often share the teaching of impermanence and how knowing it is not death, but birth in the realm of enlightenment gives us ease and comfort. And I feel this is the beauty of our tradition. Of course, separation from our loved one is the saddest experience we must go through in life. But the teaching of attaining birth in the Pure Land or realm of enlightenment through the working of Namo Amida Butsu gives us ease and comfort amidst the sadness of the loss. So my father is always saying that when I die, please play the opening theme of my favorite comedy show at the funeral. So I think this is his kindness, or maybe his sense of humor, letting us know that don't be sad when I die, and don't worry about it. I will be born in the realm of enlightenment through the working of Namo Amida Butsu. And also, here's another story I heard from one of the ministers in Japan. But there were ladies in elderly who get along really well and always saying jokes to each other. And they were saying to each other something like, "Oh, when I die, I have to see you again." But I have been saying that Jodo Shinshu teaching overturns our ideas. We think death and separation as something we are afraid. But in the words of elder ladies saying, "Oh, I have to see you again in the Pure Land," this comes from the absolute trust to the teaching, knowing that there is a place or realm to go. That gives ease and comfort and takes the fear of death and separation away. So again, a separation from our loved ones is the hardest experience we must go through in life. But the teaching of Jodo Shinshu shed light into the darkness of the loss, and it gives strength to move forward. So I hope today's message was helpful, and I would like to conclude my talk with a reading of On White Ashes written by Rengyo Shonin in 15th century. And I will read it in Japanese first and then later in English. So please join me in gassho. Please put your palms together.それ人間の小なる相をつらつら感ずるにおおよそ儚きものはこの世の始終中幻のごとくなるいちごなりさればいまだ漫才の銀人の受けたりということを聞かず一生過ぎやすし今に至って誰か100年の業態を保つべきや我や先人や先今日とも知らず明日とも知らず遅れ先立つ人は元の雫末の梅雨よりも茂しと言えりされば明日には幸願なって夕べには白骨となれる皆にすでに無常の風来たり濡ればすなわち二つの眼たちまちに閉じ一つの息長く耐えぬれば高願虚しく返じて通りの装いを失いぬる時は 六神眷属集まって嘆き悲しめども、さらにその会あるべからず。さてしもあるべきことならねばとて、野外に送って、弱の煙となし果てぬれば、ただ白骨の溝のこれり、哀れというもなかなか愚かなに。されば人間の儚きことは、老少不浄の境なれば、誰の人も早く御生の一大事を心にかけて、阿弥陀仏と深く頼み参らせて、念仏もすべきものなに。あなかしこあなかしこ。 On white ashes, in silently contemplating the transient nature of human existence, nothing is more fragile and fleeting in this world than the life of man. Thus, we have not heard of human life lasting for 1,000 years. Life passes swiftly, and few among men can maintain their form for even 100 years. Whether I go before others or others go before me, whether I be today or tomorrow, who is to know? Those who depart before us are as countless as the drops of dew. Though in the morning we may have radiant health, in the evening we may return to white ashes. When the winds of impermanence blow, our eyes are closed forever, and when the last breath leaves us, our face loses its color. Though loved ones gather and lament, everything is to no avail. The body is sent into an open field and vanishes from this world with the smoke of cremation, leaving only the white ashes. Nothing is more real than these truths of life. The fragile nature of human existence underlies both the young and the old. Therefore, we must, one and all, turn to the teachings of the Buddha and awaken to the essence of life. By so understanding the meaning of death, we come to appreciate the meaning of this life, which is to be treasured because it is unrepeatable. By virtue of true compassion, let us realize the unexcelled value of this existence, and let us live together with gratitude in our hearts. Humbly and respectfully, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda.